Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another episode of Chatter from the Vox. This is our weekly podcast that goes out live every single week on Moarhammer on our Twitch channel. We go out live on Twitch on either a Sunday or a Monday normally. We don't miss many. And if you don't catch us on Twitch, then people can catch us 48 hours later normally on YouTube. This is a Monday night and I'm working tomorrow and I'm working Wednesday night, so it might go out Wednesday morning. It depends on how much I get done tomorrow night after work. However, if you do want to catch these live, all you've got to do is head on over to Twitch, search for Moarhammer Liam, and you can find us live on Twitch and you can come and join in the chatter. And we've got screens everywhere and there's a chat box and stuff like that, and we answer people's questions and we just engage with them basically throughout the whole chat, don't we?
Yep.
We also on the channel we do battle reports as well. If you like the battle reports, you can check those out on the YouTube channel, and if you do really like them, then you can also check them out on deploymentzone.tv. We put a battle report on deploymentzone.tv every single Tuesday, and we have done for over a year now. That's the website that Winters and I own. We've also got top tips, painting tutorials that are currently coming out. There's big debates. There's all kinds of stuff on there. It's loads and loads of content. And coming up soon is our deploymentzone.tv open day that's going to be hosted at Element Games. And if you want details for the tickets, you have to go on over to Deployment Zone and watch the latest DZHQ. At the point this video goes out, it is the latest DZHQ as well. Yeah. Oh God, timelines. So yeah, that's that. We are now establishing a nice back catalogue of these podcasts, and we talk about all kinds of stuff, from competitive stuff to the latest FAQs to tournaments to what's your favourite army and why. And tonight we're talking about something that's quite special to me. Tonight we're talking about community events. So when we sort of gave birth to the channel, one of the things we wanted to do was create a sort of 40k gaming community. And one of the benefits you get from being a patron of the channel, if you go on over to Patreon and join us, even at the lowest level, at bronze level, which is the lowest $2 a month level, you get to come into our busy Discord. And that Discord is literally jam-packed full of legends, and one of us joins us tonight. So we welcome, I mean, you are known as the Claw on Winters SEO's channel as well, aren't you, for the battle reports you played with him?
I'm known as the Claw everywhere, really.
Yeah, everywhere, literally, even in his house and Discord. And we are joined by the Claw, or Alan, if you want to call him Alan. And we're joined by the Claw for a couple of reasons. First of all, he is one of our Patreons, so he gets to talk to you about how awesome the community is. But more importantly, he is one half of the superhero team of Richie and the Claw, who gave birth to the inception that was No Surrender. You've probably heard us talk about it loads, because No Surrender 1 happened towards the end of last year, and I was present at that one at Warhammer World. And No Surrender 2 happened 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks? 3 weeks ago? Something around that sort of time-ish. And,
age ago.
Yeah, and Alan and Richie put it together. So we thought we'd bring him on to the podcast and just talk about it, basically. Why they do it, what's good about it, the things you do differently. Because you do it really differently to normal. So the No Surrender is an event. It's a community event. People go, play a number of games with each other. This one was hosted at a private event. The first one was at Warhammer World. It's a knockout-based tournament, and there are prizes for winners and losers. But there's many different spins about it. So basically what I'm going to do is just hand over to Alan and let him talk about No Surrender, how it works, and why they chose to do what they do. We might interrupt and chat crap every now and again as well.
Ask questions.
Yeah, basically. That's normal, isn't it, for this?
Because it didn't go.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, but it didn't go.
Yeah. So go on, Alan. No Surrender. To start with, you do knockout tournament. Is there a reason why you do knockout?
Well, if we take it back a little bit further than that, it's one of Richie's idea, really. I came along just to give Richie an idea, so I've got to give a lot more credit to Richie than myself.
He's the brainchild, is he?
He's the brainchild. He had the brain burp. That is No Surrender. And I've been lucky enough to help him out, to be honest. He's a great lad. Pain in the arse, but a great lad.
You don't have to be nice to him, he's not here.
He's asleep. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. He doesn't live far away, and he's a very tall chap.
Yeah.
Basically, what we wanted to do is we wanted to get all the guys together and just have a community event, just a meetup, really. But to have a meetup, we wanted to have a reason for that meetup. And we are all kind of fluff bunnies anyway. So we kind of developed the idea of having a meetup. Why are we meeting up? Let's have a bit of a tournament. Do we really want an ITS type tournament? No, not really. Do we want a bit of fun? So that's where the knockout came in, because not everybody wants to do game after game after game after game. It was really a case of, for most of us who go there, a couple of games, then a lot of chatting and a lot of drinking, and just kind of talking hobby, being around other people who enjoy the hobby. And a lot of people out there can know that it can be quite a lonely hobby when you're on your own, you're painting your models, and it's amazing to know and meet up with all the other guys that like the same stuff as you. So what we wanted to do is to do a bit of a tournament. And in that tournament, we wanted to make it a knockout to give it to most people a bit of a more of a friendly day. Being knocked out first round is not the end of the world. Especially on No Surrender 2, we made sure that everybody got 2 games.
Yeah.
We also, as well as the people in the tournament, you could just rock up and have a couple of games. So the way we did it this time is everybody in the tournament that had a minimum of 2 games, and the people who turned up could use the tables that weren't being used after the rounds had kind of cleared people out. So lots of people had lots of games, and that's what we wanted to do. Get everybody in the same room, talking about our hobby, which is fantastic, playing games, meeting different people, chatting, arranging games afterwards, that kind of thing. So the main idea about No Surrender was a meetup.
Yeah, and it should be emphasised as well that when yourself and Richie were organising this, there was a number of tournament spaces. I think it was like 16 tournament spaces or something like that, or maybe a few more than 16. Maybe I'm wrong. But he had a second list of people that were coming just to play, but not to play the tournament. He had another list of people that were coming just to come and hang out. And it's really important that it is sold as not just a knockout tournament that you ran, but it was a complete a community day. Everybody was welcome to come and hang out, and even if you just wanted to have a chat and drink a beer, and that was it. So that's incredible.
Yeah, to win the tournament was not the first thing in everybody's mind. It was just to go and have a laugh and talk hobby and throw dice. I think that's why a lot of people wanted to go.
And the spirit of the event's quite important as well. So
massive, because all right, so it was 16.
It was 16. You got the list up. Okay.
I got the list up, but which you know off the top of your head, I'm sure, Claw. And then there was 10 more people that were non-tournament players to go along. And every single one of them has like an S or an M next to their name or
so
a T.
That's important.
And that's a massive community. And what does that stand for?
Yeah, exactly. So that list had little like connotations at the end of the names. And basically what happened is, although you rented out, I think it was the top story of a pub or something, maybe?
What it was, and this is an important thing, I personally wanted to go to Sanctuary in Sunday Nashville, which I know you've been to, Liam.
Yeah.
Because they had tables, they've got the room, they've got everything we needed to. But
it's a great
space. It's a lovely, and I'd like to go there again myself because it's literally just down the road. And it's a great place. They've got everything you need, and it's reasonably cheap and all that kind of stuff. But Richie, being Richie, overruled me, and he wanted. He's been in touch with a guy called Dan, I think his name was. Lovely little lad. Well, not little, but you know what I mean. And he's got a group of wargamers who've got a club, and that club go and meet up above this pub. And they've got a couple of tables and a couple of tables worth of terrain and that kind of thing. So what Richie really wanted to do is he wanted to give to the wider community.
Yeah.
What we did with some of the funds that we got in, we bought some tables, we bought some mats, and what we ended up doing is at the end of No Surrender, we donated these tables and mats to this local club. So we were giving back to the community as well as having a go down ourselves. So I think that was a great thing that Richard did. I'm glad he overruled me.
Yeah, that's incredible. To use, I don't think any single person who went and paid the money to go would, one, question the price and what they got out of it for the price, and two, would then complain about the fact that what we've done is donated stuff as a community to a small time club. I think that's an amazing thing to do in the spirit of what we're trying to do as a community for Moarhammer in general. But for you guys specifically, hats off. That's amazing to do. I'm sure the club loved it as well. Yeah,
we did get a thank you and all that kind of stuff. So being in Tamworth, being above a pub, it was a nice space to be on in the end. It was a nice space to be at. It's a beer.
Key point: it sells beer. Winner. Not that I think hearing about the shenanigans that happened in Tamworth that night, not sure that helped the situation of the fact that pub sold beer.
I've got to admit, I kind of didn't hang around for that, so I'm kind of glad I did.
I think you were probably wise from what I've heard. But yeah, so we've got the tournament. We've got a 16-player knockout tournament.
There was an added level, wasn't there? On top of that, is that they weren't just S&Ms. There was also little ticks.
Little green ticks, yeah.
Can you explain what the green tick is?
Well, basically, everybody who was in the tournament had to submit a narrative. Now, that kind of served a few things. It kind of invest you into your army. So what we didn't want to do with the rules pack and things, we didn't want people just to come with three elven flyers as they do. We didn't want that guy. What we wanted that friendly list to come and who you'd enjoy playing against.
Yeah.
We went all out to try and stop that guy coming. And as a part of that, what we had, because it was a narrative event. So we didn't want somebody coming overpowered and kind of make it a bit. So
can you do that face again for me? That's amazing. I hope Stylus freeze frames that.
Frozen. So everybody had to kind of have a narrative, have a reason for their army. And when you have a reason for your army, and then you have a narrative and an investment in the army, you play it differently. I'm sure you do. Because you're not going out to win at all costs, because you've got some investment, you've got a leader that you've spoken about, a leader that you know, a named character that you keep close to your heart, and you don't want to die and all that kind of stuff. And it gives a different spin to just a tournament. Because what we don't want is somebody to come along and just kind of like curb stomp everybody until we get to the final. So we wanted something nice.
Plasma AdMech bots, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. We'll talk about that in a minute anyway. But go on.
Yeah, so what we had to do is everybody had to give a narrative. But some were easier than others, and we didn't expect novels. We didn't want War and Peace. Just a little bit of a reason, a bit of a name character, a bit of a reason why your army was looking for the orb, looking for Richie's ball.
And out of that lot, Claw, how many essays did you get that were over 100 words?
There were quite a lot, and some people gave a lot more than others. But they're all available in the Discord channel. I'm sure you can find them all.
Did you look at me, Alan? Did you read them all?
No.
At least you're honest.
I'm glad you were honest about that one.
Yeah.
Did you by any chance not read all of Jason's?
I left that to Rich. Well, he was in charge of the narrative side. I was in charge of the rule side. Let's leave it at that.
That's what we'll chuck out there. Was Richie's not here to defend himself? So for those of you that want to know all about the narrative, all you have to do is come and question Richie because he must know it all by now. Yeah. But yeah. So you had, I don't know if it's you or Richie or both of you. I think actually it's mostly Richie. He basically builds a background narrative to what's going on. Mm-hmm. And actually I'll give him credit where credit's due, and I'm normally quite mean to Richie. But credit where credit's due, what he does is he puts together this piece of narrative that kind of gives an excuse for any faction to turn up. And that's quite a skill in itself, really. Because that's quite hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't just like one narrative spiel, here's one book, or 3 books of Vigilus. It was like constant streams of incoming message in a week, and next Sunday release, next message, transmission coming, and then reason and little blip of like narrative, and then you'd see like next instances from every single person involved going, this is the reason I'm coming now.
It's got
adapting.
Absolutely nothing to do with the fact that he's single and lonely. It's just because he's committed to the community, right? That's what it's all about.
100% commitment. He's not single, he has his cars.
Lots
of them.
Richie, I left that all to Richie. I've got to admit, he was good at it. He knew what he was doing. He knew he had a vision that what he wanted right from the start. So I kind of I weren't going to interfere.
Yeah, and he did do a great job, to be fair. So We had narrative. We had narrative submitted for every single player.
Yep.
And even the people that weren't tournament playing, some of them submitted narrative as well, just because they wanted to get involved in the narrative, which is really, really cool. And then, as well as winning the award, winning the sort of knockout tournament, that wasn't just the only award you could win, though, right?
No, there was a few others. There was Best Painted Army, which was this time was voted for by their peers.
Okay.
So who won?
I don't
know. Discord listener that are out there in Twitch, please let us know who actually won that, because I can't remember either. Mikey P, where are you?
So there was an award for Best Painted that we have no idea who it was. All right, cool.
There was the winner of the tournament.
Yeah.
There was the best. We knew you were going to ask me this, so I should have written notes down.
You've been pestering me to come on.
There were many awards.
Yeah, well, there was one award. There was one award that we.
Of course he would.
So Noel won for his Slash Demons, and his Slash Demons we have seen on Moarhammer.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
And there was another award, which was my favourite, which was on the most recent battle report on Moarhammer at the point this video goes live, because there's another one that we filmed on Sunday with Mordy and John, who's another patron with his Mordy and Iron Guard. But the most recent one had Andy Byrne on it, and he brought with him to this room, and he got it out in my house. I saw his 3-inch cock.
It's a great one, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can describe it, I'm sure.
I saw his 3-inch cock. He got it out. He showed my missus. He waved it around in front of my kids.
It's a one-eyed 3-inch cock.
It is as well, yeah. If you're not sure what the hell I'm talking about and you're shocked and appalled, head over to the most recent battle report where Andy brings his Death Watch against the Eldar, and even if you just watch the army intros, you will see Andy's 3-inch cock, and it's a little trophy that just says "that guy" on the front of it. Now, interestingly, Andy won the "that guy" trophy for his Death Watch and didn't win a single game. So how do you judge and decide who gets your 3-inch cock?
Who gets that guy? Well, with this one was again voted for by your peers. So everybody who's in the tournament got to vote on who's brought the cheesiest list, and he had quite a bit of Forge World and resin in there. So I think that's what swung it for him.
Yeah.
All he needed to do is do a re-roll, and then it would have definitely been that guy.
Well, there's also, did you do, I remember when we did No Surrender 1, there was also badges that you could earn. Was that a thing again?
Yeah, it was a thing again. You can, we did have two badges. We had one called I Surrendered at No Surrender. And that's if you kind of gave up before you got tabled or the end, and you knew you were losing. So you could win a badge saying I Surrendered at No Surrender.
Yeah.
And the other one was for those moments in a game when you're playing somebody, you probably experienced it, where they say things like, well, I'm going to roll, I've got 10 dice, I'm hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, re-rolling those 1s if any of them are 2s, and then I divide them all by 6, and then because I've got this model next to this model next to this model, I get to pass them anyway. Well, they're the cheesy moments that you kind of love.
You've just described our last battle report that we've just played.
Yeah.
Yeah, for them. And you get a I Love Cheese badge.
Yeah. A nice little cheeky I Love Cheese bag that I think Chirs Baitup took them all home.
I think he's always going to get one.
Yeah. So I don't know if you knew this, Alan. I don't know if you knew this. There is some unknown No Surrender 2 scandal going on.
What?
Yeah.
Scandal?
There is a scandal. So, Chris took Admech. Chris Baitup's a patron of ours. He's been on the channel before with his orcs. Chris is an absolute legend. I love the guy. He comes to all the confrontation events. I think he's coming down to the Confrontation Lords of War event. Really, really good bloke. Knows his 40k really well. However, after No Surrender 2, Mr. Daniel of the Ford variety, who got beaten by Chris and his Admech in the final with Dan's orcs, he did some digging. Because he doesn't know Admech very well, so he decided to start reading the codex.
Whoa.
Now, apparently, and this is the scandal that I cannot confirm or deny is actually true, it might just be Dan being a salty little bitch. Apparently, Chris had used a stratagem that affects Skitarii infantry to get them hitting on 2s. He was using them on Cataphren destroyers or breaches, which are the ones that hold the plasma guns, which aren't Skitarii infantry, they're Admech infantry. So they couldn't use that stratagem to hit on 2s. And apparently, Dan had his pants pulled down by said stratagem.
Only Dan would remember.
Scandal! But who cares? Chris has got the trophy and you can't get it off him.
I heard he lost because of the intervening Matilda.
Yeah, well, there was that as well, wasn't there? You did other stuff this time round.
Crippled him.
No battle was safe, right?
No battle was safe. From the semi-finals onwards, we kind of wanted to stir things up a bit. So in the semi-finals, we had a small intervening orc force, and then in the final we had a really big orc force.
Yeah.
Was a form of a gargantuan squiggle.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it.
It just came on the table and started wrecking face.
Did Richie play as it and just roll it around?
Richie played in the final. Myself and Sharpie played in the semi-finals.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
I love those sorts of random twists.
Did you just attack the nearest thing?
Well, to be honest, we had in the semi-finals. All we really had was a couple of small squads of orc boys, and I think Red Tooth was playing Chris in the game I was in. And what Red Tooth did is he charged my boys to get further across the battlefield. So nice. He used them to his own advantage, which was fair enough.
Yeah.
I've got a challenge I've just come up with as well. I've got a good idea. I don't have good ideas very often. So I've got a good idea. How about, because I'm reading the Twitch chat since we've unveiled the scandal, and they've kicked off. They've kicked off. I can't read it all out. It's very vile. There's screams of heresy and all sorts of stuff going on. So how about we do for Moarhammer a videoed battle report between Dan's Orcs and Chris's Admech?
I'd watch that.
Getting it together will be quite hard because Dan's quite a busy man and he lives miles away. But we could do that as a filmed No Surrender rematch on camera. That'd be awesome.
That would be great because it was 40 and Chris in the final in No Surrender 1 too. So
yeah. It's a rematch already.
Chris pulled his pants down in that one as well, I think.
I think there's a theme here.
Yeah. Chris likes pulling Fordy's pants down. This is the community you could join, people.
It needs to be filmed. It certainly needs to be filmed.
Yes.
Also, if there isn't No Surrender 3, that those two are going to meet in round 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, just to avoid that from happening again, right?
Yeah.
But that means that Fordy's only going to get one game at No Surrender 3.
No, they guarantee 2.
Yeah, okay, cool. Epic. And it didn't end at the end of the tournament and the game and the dice throwing, right? Because some of the folks ventured out into Tamworth.
And didn't go snowboarding. They did something else.
Absolute party central of the UK that Tamworth is. I've heard some absolute horrific stories. Yep. I'm not going to dig too deeply into Tamworth on the podcast because it just doesn't sound that nice. But Mordy and John, who's in the chat right now, who was here on Sunday filming a battle report with us, said that he drank stuff that just tasted of chemical and was of various luminous type colours. It didn't... It sounds like something I'd really enjoy. I won't lie. But I think he said he was suffering for about 4 days afterwards as well, which is quite bad to say. That's
apparently a lot of them suffered.
Yeah.
I would definitely have been driving home.
No.
Stay overnight. A lot of people, a lot of guys who went, stayed and made a full weekend of it. They came up on the Friday, stayed Friday night, had the No Surrender tournament on the Saturday, stayed overnight Saturday, got absolutely wrecked and kind of stumbled home on Sunday. So we kind of made a good weekend of it. So it's not just a day thing. We kind of like people from all over the country getting together for a whole weekend.
I kind of like that. The weekend at Bernie's was the first one was like that, and it definitely felt like you were part of something.
Yeah.
For the whole weekend. When we did the very first one up in Colchester, that was a little less. So it was great meeting everybody and playing great games and fitting that all in. But then you've driven all the way to Colchester and all the way back again, and unless you were a really long way like Scotland from Chris. And the so going a weekend at Bernie's and spending the evening getting, like, I would say eating, but we didn't eat until the very, very end of the night.
Yeah.
And just drinking was quite nice to share some like war stories and
this is the thing. I know people will watch these or listen to these podcasts like, oh, he's going on about it again. And I get that, but there's a real sense of community feel within Discord, and that is spread amongst people that are quite literally all over the world as well, which is quite special.
Till's made 3
Till's flown over from Germany 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Because he came to the very first one that Brian organised in Colchester, and take nothing away from Brian, he did the very first Moarhammer event, and it was excellent. He ran a full tournament up at Colchester at 40k. He did excellently. Richie and this wonderful, handsome fella here today, they did No Surrender 1 at Warhammer World and managed to organise that, which was incredible and a lot of fun. Then we had Weekend at Bernie's 1 in Bristol Independent Gaming. Sorry, Element, I keep talking about other stores. Gaming. And that was phenomenal as well. They've just had No Surrender 2, which looks like it's an absolute blast. Weekend at Bernie's 2 is coming out in October. Ridley's organising a doubles event.
Band of Brothers?
Of Brothers or something like that, yeah. I don't know what he's called, I don't care. That's in like February or something next year. It's just non-stop community stuff, and we are including people... Oh no, there's a virus popper just come up on the
Brothers in Battle.
And we are including people from Till comes over from Germany, like I say. There's other things that are going on throughout the year. We've even got one of the patrons flying over from America in December to film with myself and Winters, flying in from the States to come filming. It's amazing, absolutely incredible. So I love this community, and sometimes, and I'll say it, and people go, of course. Honestly, sometimes at work, Discord gets me through the day.
Yep.
Don't watch this, boss. It doesn't, honest. I don't have it. It does get me through the day. When I'm having a shit day at work, I can always jump on Discord, and one of these lunatics will always make me laugh. And I love that.
You can jump on Discord any time of day, and there's somebody there to.
There's Ridley. Ridley's there.
Yeah, you could jump on Discord 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you'll get an answer from Ridley. That's the truth of it. Chatbot Ridley. That's what it is. Yeah, he's got to be a chatbot. So I love that, and that's an amazing thing we're building here, which is growing and growing and growing, which I really love. But I mean, you can enjoy the community from just being in Discord.
Yep.
So the interesting thing is, what made you want to go through what I can only imagine is the stress of putting together the weekend that you put together, because that's a lot of work.
Why'd you do it?
Just for the sake of it, kind of.
Well, yeah. This time I had to kind of paint a whole building and make things glow and all sorts, because the actual orb was part of the prize, like a building with one of those plasma balls in it.
Oh, really cool.
I painted that, and Richie's done an awful lot of buying, planning, writing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is an awful lot of work, and getting towards the day, it's kind of, is anybody going to turn up? Is the going to be all right? Or that kind of thing. And even worse last year with the going to Warhammer World, because getting tables was terrible. So yeah, there's a lot of stress. But the thing is, to get 20, 30 guys and girls are invited too, into a room who love the hobby as much as we do, and love the narrative as much as we do, and just want to throw dice and chat and talk about their armies, talk about 40k in general, talk about your armies. It's wonderful to get everybody in the same place, in the same flag, and doing everything together. And it's such a great atmosphere once you're all in that room. It's absolutely brilliant, and that's why we do it, because it's brilliant.
Yeah. Simple as that. That's all you need to say, because it's brilliant. I'm so proud of it. And the thing is, I don't even do anything in Discord now. Discord now manages itself, because it's just, there's no toxicity in there, nothing but support. I mean, John, who was down on Sunday, who bought his Mordians, he told me that without Moarhammer and the Discord and sharing photos and stuff, he wouldn't have that army.
Really?
Because that motivated him to get the army done.
Really?
So without it,
a lot of people specifically.
Go on, Alan. Sorry, I missed that part.
A lot of people painted things up specifically to take to this event, because I'm terrible for leaving things to the side and not getting around to it. But when you've got something to aim for, a lot of people will paint their armies specifically doing it, and we had to bring a fully painted army for this. We didn't want any grey armies.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Sorcerer Danger says in the chat, can confirm this Discord is full of wonderful enablers. That's the truth. If you aren't sure whether you do or don't want to buy something, don't bring that to Discord.
Yeah, if you do, bring it to me and I'll say no, and then you go to Discord and they say yes.
Yeah. Hashtag just a kill team.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the favourites.
Yeah, just filter.
So, the big question that all the patrons in Discord want to know, and all the patrons in the Twitch chat want to know, the big question, Alan, which you probably are going to give me a nothing answer to, is will there be a No Surrender 3?
The rumour is if there's going to be another one, it'll be next year. I think Richie will be doing that without me next time, because the way we've done it, the way we've planned it and things like that, it's not going to take two anymore. I might help him out a little bit, but it's going to probably, if Richie's going to do it, it's probably going to be next year.
Oh, but then I have to get him on the chat.
Yeah, you have to talk to him and keep him clean.
He's far too handsome for Twitch. That's the problem. He's even more handsome than Brom. I know, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well said. Well,
yeah.
Love you, Rich.
Brom is the eye candy, isn't
he? He's got to bring something to the table, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here's another cool announcement for you as well, Brom.
All right.
It's not No Surrender related, but it is the Claw related.
The Claw related.
In about 3 weekends' time, 2 weekends' time. I don't remember the date. It's in my diary.
It'll have to be 2.
At some point in two. It's either 2 or 4 weekends' time. It's either the weekend before or after confrontation.
Yeah.
I am driving all the way up to say hi, Pauls.
Holy jeez, that's a long way.
Yeah, it's a trek, and I'm not playing just say hi, Paul. We're doing a doubles game.
Holy jeez.
And this man is my partner.
Yes! That's going to be good.
I can count how many times I've beaten Paul on my fingers. I ain't got many. And I play him quite regularly.
I
love that.
I can't go over that. Brilliant. But yes, you're not on your own this time, Alan. I'm with you. And I am bringing an army that I've never used before.
What?
Because me and Alan can then team up together with this army that I've never been bringing before, and he can bring 1,500 points of the same. And we're playing Paul and a friend of his called Gambit. Is that right?
Gambit, yeah. He's cool, yeah.
So we're doing doubles. We're doing Imperium versus Xenos. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I might film this one for YouTube as well. Or I might put it on deploymentzone.tv. I don't know yet, because I think it's going to be absolute chaos for 4 hours, probably.
Yeah, you have 4 hours of Say Hi Paul just narrating the intro.
But Adam's now my new teammate. He's now my new teammate for battle.
Yay.
So that's happening. We've got doubles game coming. Yay! Awesome. Anyway, yeah, No Surrender. We've had number 1. We've had number 2. Number 3 is coming next year, whether Richie likes it or not, I think, because it's just got to happen. It's amazing. If not, we have got Weekend at Bernie's that's been organised by Andy Byrne, which is incredible. Mm-hmm. Number 1 already happened. Number 2 is a sellout currently, I think. Yep. Which is happening in October, November time, and I'm going to pester him to do more. I'm not going to pester him to do more. Mm-hmm. He always goes, like after the first one, I don't think I'll do that again. About 2 days later, Weekend at Bernie's too. All right, you changed your mind pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
hashtag only a kill team weekend.
Ridley's decided to take on a doubles event, which is incredible. Yeah. So I'm sure we won't finish at the end of Ridley's doubles in February. I'm sure people will get the bug for this and continue to do it because it's just a great. And what you do, all of us from Moarhammer categorically say thank you to people like you and to people like Richie and to people like Andy for organising these events. I won't say thank you to Ridley yet because his hasn't happened and it might be shit. No. But we say thank you to all of you guys for the things you put together because it's amazing the effort you put in. Mm-hmm. That just honestly, quite frankly, I haven't got the time to.
No, you give everyone the bug as well. Monkey Pete came back from the last one and was like, I think I want to do one. I think I could organise it in this place and this place. And he was off on one.
I think he's thinking about putting one together down this way as well. Yeah. But purely because of doing No Surrender 2.
Yeah. He was super hyped. Once his headache had gone.
It really is addictive. I might not be doing No Surrender 3, but I would like to do some kind of meetup at some point. Probably not a knockout tournament, probably some kind of meetup, similar to what you guys are doing at Element, but just for more fellas. Somewhere like Sanctuary, something like that, and go and just have a game or 2 games, kind of maybe a little bigger armies, and do something like that. I would like to do one myself as well.
That's cool, and that's something you could potentially use Sanctuary for if you wanted to, because that's on your doorstep. And
we know where a really good hotel is.
Yeah,
nearby.
We do know where a good hotel is nearby because we stayed there for Hellstorm 2, 3?
Into the Hellstorm 2.
Into the Hellstorm 2, run by the Hellstorm boys. Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I
was a big fan of that.
Alan, is there anything you want to add about your event?
There are things. I really enjoyed it. I didn't take an army. I took kill team because as well as the tables that we had for the tournament, we had an extra table as well to have a game on. We also had a bit of some kill team going off as well. So we had a few games of kill team in the background as well. So the thing is, it wasn't just the tournament. It was generally a great day for loads of guys to get together, throw dice. And I know Simon has gone away and made a nice kill team from that, from playing me. And it's little things like that I really enjoyed. And people have arranged to meet up as well, who've met there. Because when you go to these things, because you'll sit at home and you'll watch Moarhammer and you'll go through the Discord and you'll be chatting to people and you ain't got a clue who these people are. So when I did go, I did make sure that everybody had name badges, so everybody knew their Moarhammer Discord tag.
Okay.
So who we were talking to. And then you got to meet people and chat people, and I'm hoping a lot of people get to meet up afterwards and have games and take it further. And for me, it's about the community and getting the community bigger and being absolutely brilliant bunch of guys to get together in a room. And that's
I think people joined just for your event as well. It didn't Spirit Warrior only join initially, just so that because he'd heard about it and wanted in.
I know Jason had heard about a couple of events and he wanted to take part, and he joined because of those events because he wanted to get involved in these community events. And if they keep, look people of YouTube and people of Podbean and iTunes and everyone who listens and watches this, I cannot promise you at the moment, if you were to join Discord, that these events would definitely continue. I can't promise it because I don't organise them, and I will back these guys as much as I possibly can, and I'll give them everything I possibly. Sometimes I can't give you much, unfortunately, but I'll give you everything I possibly can to try and help. But I can't promise it because I don't organise them myself. But at the moment, the truck is rolling and people are kicking out these events. And if you're interested in that kind of community get-together, like Alan's already said, it doesn't have to be an organised tournament. I mean, people like Andy and yourself with No Surrender and Ridley with his doubles, they do go above and beyond by making it a tournament and adding narrative to it. But it doesn't have to be. I have no doubt that what we'll start seeing... I'm convinced that what we'll start seeing pop up is Moarhammer get-together days at places like Big, at places like Sanctuary, where people just get together for a day. And what we're going to, I think, see, maybe develop, is kind of like a community nationwide gaming club. Like a local gaming club, but that's not local. I think that's where we're going to... I think that's amazing because we've already got people that meet up at places like Big regularly for games, and they'll hang out and play a game and then go home, and that's incredible. And if we start doing that with 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 people, basically it's a get-together.
Yep. And we
can all get drunk.
Yeah, I've had a game of Titanicus last weekend with Red 2 Kruse. I met through Moarhammer. I'm going to Warhammer World on Thursday with Andy Byrne, who I've met through Moarhammer. In a few weeks' time, I'm playing Sharpie, who I met through Moarhammer. It's brilliant.
Yeah, this is my proud smug face.
Yeah,
because I'm just amazingly proud of this community. It's incredible. I said it today as well on, I think maybe was it on Discord I said it? If not, I probably should have done. But one of my proudest parts of this whole venture so far is the community that we've built. Yeah, I'm just so proud because it was intentional and unintentional at the same time. So I wanted to put a community together, hence Discord. Hence we started off with offering things like WhatsApp chats on Patreon, and that grew to Discord because it was too big for WhatsApp, because no one can wake up in the morning and read 1,600 messages. So we moved to Discord to try and build some structure into it, and there was minimal structure, and I've had to build more and more and more structure into it because there's just so many fucking messages all the time. And basically what I've done is I've built all that structure in so I can filter out the shit I don't want to read. Basically,
I have a lot of channels that are muted. I'm afraid. Sorry.
I think everybody does that, but that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is you can literally pick what you do and don't want to read, and mute the stuff you don't want to.
Yeah.
That's part of the beauty of having it all so segregated and I say segregated. There's no segregation as such, but the sort of topics are, and the topics are then categorised, so you can go not interested in Titanicus, not interested in non-GW games, not interested in D&D. I'm interested in Kill Team. I'm interested in Orcs, and you can just listen to that stuff or read that stuff if you want to.
And you don't often find too many like topic merges because the police come down on you. Mikey Police.
Yeah, it's a loose guide.
Yeah,
it is a loose guide, but we do have policeman Mikey P there. So if it does go off topic, he will chuck the right thread at you and get you back on track. Alan, a question for you: are you a D&D player?
No.
Oh, okay, that ruins it.
I'm not.
No, neither am I. But Mikey P. So here's a major announcement. I say a major announcement. Here's an announcement for YouTube. We put the announcement on Facebook recently. But Mikey P has decided he is going to also have a go at DMing D&D games. So if you're interested in D&D, I have no idea what's going on.
I don't think he does.
I am well out of my depth. They were talking about it today, and I'm like, I don't know what you're speaking a foreign language to me. I don't know what you're saying.
20-sided
But
dice.
Mikey P has decided that he's going to offer. We're offering this to patrons of silver level and above. Every Wednesday, he is going to run. I say every Wednesday. In about a month's time, once he's learnt the rules and got his head round it, and we've kind of established him a little bit. Today, we ordered all the core rule books. There's 3 of them. They're over £100. We ordered the 3 rule books so they'll turn up to my house tomorrow, and then I'll give them to Mikey at some point next week. He's going to learn, and in about a month's time, for the community, for Moarhammer patrons, on Wednesdays, he's going to run D&D sessions for patrons in the Discord, which is really, really cool. And we're going to do that digitally. So there's tools apparently out there that we can use that means people can share maps and quests, and I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm talking about. But the other thing is we've had so much interest today already alone that we've had to have a couple of our platinum guys have said, okay, because I've been told about 4 to 6 people is probably about the sort of number you want. So we've had a couple of our platinum guys who've already said, I'll have to DM a session, and I'll have to DM a session. So we're probably going to have like 3 or 4 concurrent sessions on the go as well.
Yep.
And that's just something else for the community that we're doing because we can, basically.
Yep.
I love that. If you're not into D&D, there's all the other 40k stuff, like what I read, basically.
And it's not, although it's available for the Silver Plus members, the others can listen.
So what we have done, we have given it as a Silver Plus benefit because we're trying to make sure that people get their more for their money, kind of. If they're paying a bit more, they get a bit more. But what we have done, because we don't want to leave people out, is although there's a general lobby for the chat for the sessions that will be on Wednesdays, we have allowed all the bronze people to listen in. They can't play an act. And if they want to, they have to be a silver. But they can listen to it. So you can listen to it whilst you're hobbying if you want to.
Yeah.
And then so you're not left out. You can still be involved, kind of. And I think that's a great thing to do as well.
Yep.
Awesome. That was Ridley's idea as well. I shouldn't grant him that pleasure, but that was Ridley's idea. He came up with that idea. It wasn't my idea.
There's many ideas from him.
I was like, nah, screw it.
He's going to hit the wall with one of them.
Yeah.
That's 2 so far.
He spends his whole day flinging ideas around 24/7. One of them's got to stick somewhere, right? That's how it works. Weight of Fire. Yeah. It's the 8th edition way.
That's for the earlier comment as well, by the way.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah. So that's coming. What else have we got coming? Have we got anything else coming?
Don't forget your element thing. How many tickets are left for that?
Oh God, that's a good question. Put me on the spot. Wait a minute. Brom, talk amongst yourselves.
We've got a DZ bat rep coming out soon.
Me and you have, yeah.
Yep. That was good fun. Very late one. I cycled home late.
We did, yeah. We played Ultramarines versus Chaos.
Yes.
And we did a little twist to our normal style battle report where I promised to be nice to Brom for the whole game.
And he was pretty much nice to me.
Yeah. It was really hard.
Yeah. There was one comment, and so I drank it the next time he introed.
People that know myself and Brom know that I've known Brom for 20 years, and I'm 32. So do the math. So when I'm mean to him, it's the best. It's meant in the best intention.
It's been 20 years of it.
His best friend.
I'm totally used to it.
Yeah, it's normal, right? If you know you're your best friend, if you just rip each other constantly. But apparently, some people on YouTube and DZ don't quite. It doesn't quite translate. So I've apologised, and I've been nice to Brom for a whole game, and that's it for this year.
Yeah, he won't let me bring Cat
I'll tell you what, Liam, when we play Paul and Gambit's there, then you'll kind of know what ribbing is all about, because we've played for decades together.
So Akuna Matata, whose name is Josh, really, who's in the chat, has said, let him bring Primaris Calgar. I made a statement as well. I made a massive statement.
What?
At the point in which this goes full time, you can bring Primaris Calgar. So if you want to see Brom bring Primaris Calgar, which is my least hated, my most hated model, my least favourite model in the whole of 40k ever, then you have to be Patreons and DZTV subscribers, and once this goes full time, you're allowed to bring him.
Excellent.
That's the stipulation.
I might put him on, paint him up and put him on a shelf, and then just have a little tag sign, just like a smash box. So as soon as you go full time, we can smash the box, get him out.
Oh my god, that Andy H has just made this chat go really dark, because I said we've been friends for 20 years and I'm 32, and he said, yeah, but Brom's only 23. Oh, we're not going to touch that one, Andy. We're not going to touch that one. That's dangerous.
Never read one.
No. Anyway,
yeah.
I think I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Alan, you happy?
Yeah.
Are we
Thanks, mate. Twitch chatters, are you happy? What we can do for a brief 5 to 10 minutes before we shut this video down is we can say to the Twitch chatters, have you got questions for Alan about No Surrender? Chuck them up from now, and if you've got a question, either myself or Brom will grab it and read it out, and Alan can answer it. Put you on the spot, you go on.
I can see it. I can see the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, but YouTube can't. All right for you, Alan. YouTube can't. Oh, they're all happy. They don't want to hear you anymore. Anyway, they're all done. But basically, part of the reason for doing this was to say a massive thank you to you as well for what you did for the community, and to Richie. I know Richie's not with you at the moment. Richie works overseas, and this is another phenomenal thing: is he goes overseas for like 6 weeks to 12 weeks. Like he goes like 3 months at a time or something like that. I don't know. He goes for a long time anyway.
Yep.
So Richie goes overseas for massive periods of time, comes back for 3, 4, 5 weeks, and then goes again, and he still organised this.
Yep.
So he's away working.
Takes armies up and all sorts in that, and sees his girlfriend and all sorts in that few weeks. He's an amazing kind of guy, but he goes racing as well. He's got racing cars and having things done, so he's very busy. And for him to make time for this, he deserves all the credit.
And he's posting the narrative updates and stuff whilst he's overseas.
Yeah.
And we're talking about him being over in like the Asian oceans and stuff like that over there. So he's like miles away.
I think he writes most of it out there.
I think he does.
His focus point, isn't it?
I will say he's probably lying to you. I don't think he's got a girlfriend, unless he puts lipstick on his thumb.
Met her, lovely.
Really?
Yeah. I ordered a load of stuff, swag and things for this lot. So with our event, you kind of get glasses and a few other bits and pieces. And so I ordered a load of stuff that came to my address. Then his girlfriend came and picked it up. So there's loads of stuff going off in the background that nobody really knew about.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is absolutely, truly, wonderfully amazing that Richie's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And what you've done is also amazing, obviously. The event was incredible. I've heard absolutely nothing but positive feedback about it from anyone who went. So hats off to you, mate. It was incredible.
To be fair, there was not one guy in there that I would not have spent a few hours on the opposite side of a table to throwing dice. Yeah, they were all awesome, and they were the guys that made the day. Really were. Incredible.
All right, cool. So also, kudos to all of you guys who went, who made it amazing, because that's the other thing is that no matter how good you are at planning events, no matter how wonderful that event is that you put together, if the wrong kind of people turn up or they don't play in the right kind of spirit, it doesn't kind of work. Yep. So for this event to be as successful as people have called it, for Weekend at Bernie's and for No Surrender 1 to be the success that people have called it, it's always down to all the players as well as the people that organise it. 100%. Because without you guys, it's just one bloke said there were loads of empty tables. That's pointless, right? Yeah, and it would have been empty tables because we got people to bring tables and mats and scenery. Exactly, yeah. Just an empty room. You and Richie stood there. I'm sure you'd had fun anyway. With his imaginary girlfriend. Yeah, massive thanks, mate. And a big thanks to the guys who went for making it the event that made it. There's been nothing but good stories. I've had Mordy and John down, like I said, on Sunday. I had Andy Byrne down a couple of weeks ago, both of which who went to No Surrender 2, both of which have talked about it. a lot. Mikey P talked about it a lot. The Fallout chat is amazing. It was the same at Weekend at Bernie's. There's been loads of chat about it. As long as these events continue, it's just going to be phenomenal for people. And the guys, I'm sure, massively appreciate what you do as well, where you give up your free time to put this thing together. It's amazing. So thank you. If you want to get involved with this kind of stuff, if you are interested in these kinds of events, community meetups, the other thing with Discord is we've got a thing that's called the Moarhammer map on Discord, and it is quite literally a Google map that you can go into when you're on Discord, and you can just tag your location and say, I live here, and then you go, oh, hang on a minute, look at all these people that live around me. And then people are organising meet-up games, and people are actually now getting together regularly with people that they found on the Discord map to play games. If you're American, specifically come and join us, because I've got a few of them now, and they're all whinge that they all live too far away, and it's their own fault for living in a stupidly big country.
I think they all live in California, but they're not near each other.
One of the, like, Josh lives in California, and he's been waiting for a new player to join him in his local area forever, and someone joined up recently from California, and I went, look, Josh, he's in California, and they worked out where each other was, 8-hour drive. What can I do? I can't help that. But yeah, that happens.
Big place. Yeah.
But we've got people from all over the globe. There's Australia, New Zealand. There's I think Serbia's Ajanovic. We've got Germany. There's there's Netherlands, Canada. There's everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I could try and list all the countries, but we haven't got all night. My geography shit. So if you are interested in that kind of community where you can, even if you don't do the meetup thing, you can chat hobby 24/7, literally 24/7 with people, then this is the place for you.
Yeah, don't forget the voice chat.
Of course, yeah. Sometimes people stick the paintbrushes in the desk, turn the voice chat on for Discord, and off you go. And we're also go on.
They've been playing games recently.
Yeah, we've recently started a computer game chat as well, and now they all play Dawn of War together.
Yep.
Go on, Alan. You were going to say something. Your finger went up.
Yeah, I'm in the voice chat as often as I can, because when I'm painting, I can't type at the same time.
Have you not got a keyboard extension hand that types what you think?
Voice type.
Yeah.
No, don't recognise my accent for some reason.
No. Yeah. It's going to be hard to edit this one because I have to overlay subtitles for half of it.
Yeah, at least.
But yeah, if you, like I said, that's the community. It's wonderful. If you like these videos, if you like these sit and talk videos, there are a load of them on YouTube. They are in a playlist called Chat from the Vox. We do these every single week. And if you want to come and join us live with the chat is full normally. Once we fully green screen everything, we'll put the chat back on the screen. Then you can come and join us live on Twitch. Just head on over to Twitch and search for Moarhammer Liam. Hit follow, and it will notify you when we go live. We also get a live notification in Discord as well when we go live, and one on Facebook. So you can follow us on Facebook if you want notifications like that. But also, what you can do if you want to, and there's no pressure, you can connect your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, and if you do that, you can manually subscribe to a channel each month. It costs you nothing if you've got Amazon Prime. If you haven't got Amazon Prime, it costs you a Prime subscription. That's not worth it, because it's like 80 quid or something. Yeah. But you can drop a subscription for the channel, and that financially supports us and costs you absolutely nothing. So if you want to do that, really appreciate it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. Otherwise, the other way to support us and the dream that we've got of doing this full time, and I eventually want to drag you and Mikey P and people out with us, is you can head on over to deploymentzone.tv and take out a subscription there on our website. We put up battle reports every single Tuesday without fail for over a year so far. It's an awesome place, I think, for video content, but then I produce half of it, so I'm going to say that. But we've also got painting tutorials. There's Winter's Top Tips. Winter's Top Tips are actually gold. There's the big debate, which we are promising to reinvigorate soon, and we just don't get round to it.
Yeah, I just don't need to be debating.
I really don't like.
Go on, sorry, what is that, mate?
There's one of the big debates I really don't like.
Is that the one where you took on Paul?
I took all, yeah, he kind of beat me.
Was that Gork? That was who's the best, Gork versus Mork? Oh, yeah, I watched that one. It's because I'm a Claw fanboy, that's why. So you can head on over that website, subscribe to deploymentzone.tv. There's also a merchandise page. You can get deploymentzone.tv counters, t-shirts like Brom's modelling for us right now. There's cups. Importantly, there's dice. They are currently in stock, and Jesus Christ, they are selling fast. Yeah. We don't know what... I left Winters in charge of it, and I think he's about to set on fire. Yes, Alan's modelling one for us right there, a red one. So we had originally 3,000 or 2,000 red ones. They all went.
Yes.
And then Winters ordered another 3,000, 1,000 red, 1,000 pearl blue, 1,000 pearl green. The blue are almost already all gone.
I suppose blue is a great colour.
Yeah, the green are selling quite well as well. He is just about to order another God knows how many thousand because they're just selling that quickly. And the next new colour is going to be black as well. There's a pearl black coming because I want them for the Black Legion. So, yeah. So you can get deployments.tv dice. If you head over to the merchandise page, it will tell you how to go about buying some dice from us because currently we haven't built a proper web store. So we do a proper old school manual process where you email Winters and then he sends a carrier pigeon back to you and eventually some dice turn up. That's that.
He really did sit there with a massive bag of dice, divvying them all out.
Individually.
There's love in every single one of those.
Yeah.
And his blood, sweat and
tears. Yeah.
Lots of tears.
A massive thank you to all of the guys who join us in the Twitch chat and who come and join us every single week. You guys are awesome because it's a little bit better with you there, basically interacting. And I often sit here grinning like a Cheshire cat, and YouTube must think I'm just a little bit simple, but actually normally it's a Twitch comment. So yeah, amazing. Akuna Matata has asked, when can we get Dempera face dice? They made the Dempera as a meme, and now they want that on a dice. And I thought, all right, but maybe not. Anyway,
and I do not have any blue ones yet.
You don't know?
No.
And at the moment, Winters is going to bring some down for you, but at the moment he might sell out before we get. Yeah. Anyway, he's ordering more blue ones. You'll get blue because I know how much you really love blue. And the last shout out goes to Element Games, our sponsors. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much for supporting us. We are doing our Element Games open day for deploymentzone.tv very soon. There will be an Element Games link in the video description below, and it's normally in the Twitch stream below and in the podcast below and everything. Basically, if you follow that link, it's an affiliate link and they know you've come from us, and then you directly support the channel. For those of you who are in Twitch, we'll hang around for a couple more minutes. You can ask Alan questions directly and he can answer you if he wants to hang around, or he might just tell you all to go away and he might just turn his camera off. But he can if he wants to answer you. And then we'll go raiding someone, and I've roped Brom into building some garden furniture.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock at night, because it's my son's 4th birthday on Thursday, and I forgot. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. And you've got to do the love. Oh, Alan, you can do the love you buy.
Love you bye.
Much better than Brom's. Much better.
It is a lot better.